The simplest way to get and maintain being lean for the rest of your life as a natural, it's a lot easier said than done. But in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly how to actually get lean in the first place, what that looks like to be able to sustain it long term for the rest of your life. So that way, not only do you have that respect for yourself, but other people are getting and showing you respect as well, and you're earning that, as well as being able to walk around and just having a different type of energy within yourself, just being able to kind of command respect everywhere you go. Because in all reality, your body is like your business card. It's your resume. It shows if you have discipline, if you respect yourself, if you're able to actually commit to something. And your body is the number one indicator of being able to do that, because I think even in the States there's more millionaires than there is people with six packs. You guys can confirm or deny that in the comments, but that is what I've heard. So yes, getting lean in the first place, that is going to be the hardest part of the journey, because if you're completely obese right now, you're overweight, you're undisciplined, you're not going to the gym, you're lazy, these are the things that we need to turn and flip the switch around, so that way we can shift you into actually getting lean. But once you're already lean, it's very, very easy to stay lean. So getting lean in the first place, it takes first understanding exactly where you are right now and why you are where you are right now. So why are you obese? Why are you not already lean year round? And the case most likely is that you're not going to the gym, you're not disciplined, you're not structured, you don't respect yourself, your self-image, your self-esteem is very, very low, which is leading to you not having the motivation, the tangible actions, the ability to actually commit to something. These things are the reason you're not lean, okay? So we understand that. So being able to transition that to an identity where you are able to go to the gym, stick to a structured diet, get 8 hours of sleep, cut out the drugs, the alcohol, and the things that are chaining you down from being lean for the rest of your life, we just need to cut these things out. Now, it is a lot easier done than said, or it's a lot easier said than done. But with doing this, it takes making an identity shift, because if your identity is undisciplined, uncommitted, no respect, then the actions that you take are going to tie in with that identity. So in order to change your actions, you need to change your why. You need to change your identity of who you think you are. Because if you're able to do this, you're then able to easily, almost effortlessly, change your actions and change your life inevitably. So going to the gym is going to be a walk in the park, eating the right food, it's just going to all make sense, because this is your new identity and this is just who you are. For example, let's take myself maybe 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, back in university, where I was drinking, smoking, eating McDonald's every single day, feeling like shit, looking like shit, and just getting no respect from myself and from other people. The reason this was the case is because my identity within myself was I was a pothead. I like to party. I like to eat any type of food that I can that tastes delicious. I love sweets, I love candy, I love everything. Like all these bad things, I was in love with it because that was my identity. So after a very insightful shroom trip, which I do not recommend, dropped out of university and changed everything. I even went to carnivore for a time because I wanted to get lean. Because the thing is with getting lean, it's just like you have to get lean first, and then maintaining it is very easy. So went on carnivore for a few months, ate only like beef, bacon, eggs. That's pretty much it. And I got very, very, very lean. That included some fasting as well. But after getting lean, I was able to incorporate and install a new identity within my brain of someone who doesn't drink, doesn't eat junk food, sticks to a diet, goes to the gym every single day, tans, prioritizes my testosterone. These things and this identity that I knew, that I found within myself and was able to create, at first it's like a false kind of sense of reality and perception of yourself, because you're making a change. And with making a change, sometimes you're gonna have to play a part. You're gonna have to be an actor. So what I want you to do, and what I did for myself, is to create this false persona, this false kind of new perception of yourself. Someone who already goes to the gym, already has a six-pack, already is lean year round, gets the girls, gets the money, gets the connections, and just has this dream life. Create this person And the easiest way to do this, because you're probably confused right now, and I would be confused too, ask yourself this question. If you had all the time, all the money, the physique of your dreams, what would this life look like for you? Grab like a pen, paper, and just write down like 15 things of like what this version of your life looks like for yourself. You know, are you in Thailand? Go Samoy. You know, six pack, handsome, sunglasses on. Are you in New York, Australia? Where are you in the world? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis? How do you feel when you wake up, walk in the bathroom, look in the mirror? What do you see? How do you look? What type of hair? What type of beard? What type of chest, abs, all that type of stuff? Like, what does that look like for you individually? Make it realistic, somewhat scary, but still make it realistic. Don't say like you have like super big pecs, 20-inch biceps, and you know, you want to make things attainable because we're staying natty. So we're not going to like put things on paper that would take trend test or anything else like that. And then from there, you know exactly where you want to be. You know what type of life you have, how you look, how you feel. So now we have the end goal, which is very, very important because with life, it is more of like a journey. So if we're just going aimlessly through life and letting life happen to us instead of making life happen for us, then we're going to be crashing around the ocean. We're going to be crashing the shorelines. We're just going to be completely lost and aimless. So to be able to switch that around, we need a point of cause. We need a plan. So with getting a plan, you need to find out exactly where you want to go. And that's what this is kind of for. So after finding out exactly where you want to go, it's all about just reverse engineering the process to find out exactly what steps it takes to get there in the first place. So if we want to get lean for life, we know, okay, first we need to change the diet. We need to change who we are. So changing that identity, you know, reverse engineering the process to actually get to your goal. What type of man do you need to become in order to get there? And that's where we're creating the false persona. You know, let's just say your name is Bob. This is Bobby. Bobby is your new false persona. Eats well, tans every day, walks 20K steps a day, doesn't cheat on his diet, runs 2 to 3 times a week, trains martial arts. This is Bobby. Bob, who you are right now, play video games, smokes, drinks, doesn't go to the gym, lazy, gets like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, goons every single day. This is Bob. Bobby, let all this go. Bobby does not do these things. Bobby is a different type of human. And that's what we're trying to do here. Because of course it is going to seem crazy at first pretending and acting as not yourself. But even with who you are right now, you've already been acting your entire life. Whether you've been learning traits that you have right now from friends, parents, TV shows, movies, you've learned everything that you know now from outside sources. So in order to change things, you have to look within, look at the inside sources that you have and understand that you have the power and ability to make a change into a new person. You can change anytime you want. And that's the point of this video. To stay lean forever, you just need to change who you are. So once you're able to change yourself from Bob to Bobby, where you now do all of these things, you eat right, sleep well, go to the gym every single day, walk 20K steps a day, then that's when you start actually seeing change, and it actually becomes effortless because that's just who you are. When you're trying to do something, going to the gym, eating right, cutting out the junk food, and that's not who you are, and that's not tied to your identity, it's going to be very, very, very extremely difficult to do things you don't want to do. But once you're able to transfer and shift into that newer, higher version of yourself, that's when you're able to actually do the actions that you know you need to do in the first place to actually start moving the needle forward towards your goals. So getting lean, all it really takes is first getting lean. Change your identity to someone who's already lean and just creating that false sense of persona of yourself, and then slowly and slowly, each and every single day, doing the actions that it takes to slowly become that person that you need to become in order to unlock that dream life for yourself. So, I mean, I've done that multiple times, even with like high ticket sales, with fitness, with relationships. I've done all of that in terms of becoming the person first, becoming the man I need to be, and then everything else just falls into line effortlessly because that's just who I am. That's just who you are as well. So if you're not where you want to be, you're fat, undisciplined, a loser, then understand this. You can stay exactly where you are now for the next year, 5 years, 10 years. But ask yourself, like, is this person that you are now going to ever be able to help you get to where you actually want to be in life? And if the answer is no, you know what you need to do. You need to make a change. And another thing that can really help in terms of committing to that false persona, and I say false persona because it's going to be kind of crazy at first, but the crazier thing is just staying exactly where you are now. So it's going to feel weird at first, you know, doing things that normally you wouldn't want to do, thinking in this new kind of false persona, but you're already living a false persona right now. This isn't really who you are, because if this is really who you were meant to be, I don't think it would be like even worth living this life. You know, you're meant for so much more. So getting to that higher version of yourself, seeing what type of potential you actually have. It's just like that one quote, I don't know who said it. It was like this Greek person, but it was like, what a shame it is for a man to grow old without realizing his full potential, or something like that. That might actually be pretty close. But to grow old and never even trying to get lean, to see what it even feels like in the first place, to be able to drive in some way, no shirt, no helmet, no license, and just getting girls to just look at you while they're driving and causing accidents is a bit dangerous. But with that danger, you know, like that one other Chinese saying, it's a lot better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. So get lean, get shredded, life max. Because once you get lean, life maxing actually becomes fun. I can't imagine being fat and traveling around Koh Samui. Just couldn't enjoy it. Of course, you would be able to absorb a little bit more vitamin D because, you know, you're more spread out, but you're not able to actually mock anyone. So get lean, get shredded, get rich, travel the world. And that's all I can give to you guys in terms of advice, because that's what I do. And that's what you guys should do too. You know, try it out. If you don't like it, go back home. But Thailand is the best place to be. Tanning is easier than ABC. And getting lean is also very, very easy to sustain, because, you know, once you get lean and you are also in Thailand, you start sweating naturally and you're getting 10 to 20K steps a day effortlessly. And it's hot, you're able to tan, test max. It's just an absolute dream. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.